Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We got a list of 23 properties, and I'm sure the last thing you want to do when the weather's this nice is watch these videos inside. So take your iPad outside, even though it's kind of horrible in the sunshine. If you own an iPad, you know what I mean. And chill out. Watch the video. Like I said, 23 homes. When mapping goes bad, this is what happens. This one on Miller is mapped out somewhere on Vancouver Island. So just be careful and cautious when you look at where this stuff actually is. We're going to start off with Bronte number 90. It's at $279. I think it's a very fair price. You can paint those cabinets. You're about, if you were to refinish this and put like a dark paint, or probably not a stain, you'd probably paint this, but you're looking about $100 a door. So this kitchen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe on the other side, there's another, I would say 5 to 6 cabinets. So you could have that whole kitchen redone, new appliances, probably for less than $3,000 if you were a smart shopper and you knew what to do. And that, in my books, is a great deal. So I like that one a lot. Very comparable with what else is sold. Suter Court is $324.9. Cherrywood, 1051 square feet. That's the only thing in the house, is this sort of silly table right in the corner. It's like a kid's table. And then everything is very basic inside. Lighter colors. Pretty much entry point on price too. So for that reason, I think they're going to get activity. There's virtually nothing for sale less than $325 without condo fees these days. So Deverell is $334. It's the same model. Upgraded floors, better appliances, just overall better appearance inside. You've got your 2 bedrooms upstairs. Anybody who's had a finished laundry room in these homes seems to think it's like it's God's gift to buyers, but to be honest, buyers don't really care that much, and it's hard to get the money that you paid, whether it's through the builder or the money that you spent yourself on something like that. It just doesn't happen. Koskin is $350. We've got 1139 square feet. A lot of competition right now in about the $325 to $375 range right now for condos. 9-foot ceilings, very much like the ones just down the street on Costigan. And you do face pretty much open space here. So overall, seems like it's in the right zone. And you have 1 parking space included with that one. This one on Broussard is $358. It's a current model. It's 1195 square feet. I think they're going to run into some tough competition here, because at $365 you're talking about a home that's bigger than this, end unit. I would say equal or maybe even a little bit better finishes. So I think they're a little too high in the $350s. We've seen this model creep and crest around the $350 mark. And I think that's possible for these guys, although usually the stuff that we've seen close to $350 has the hardwood floors and some of those extra upgrades. Manly is what we affectionately call here at Milton Daily Homes the front back house. And so this side faces Main Street. So you're actually, or it might even be on Manly Lane, it might face Thompson. But regardless, it faces a busier street. You do have great access to the leisure center, to the Center for the Arts, the GO train. You can walk to the movies. I mean, this is really an ideal location to pretty much walk or drive to anything nearby. But you're backing on a main street. You've got big trucks that are coming down that street all times of the day. And so inside overall, it's not bad. The blue counters probably isn't something that's going to sort of electrify a buyer, but it's not that expensive to fix. Like a basic like laminate Formica like that is not an expensive thing to do. You're probably, at most you're $500 for something like that. 409, it's a good size. What you get for that price is probably one of the larger homes, and like I said, there's not many better areas if you like to be around stuff. Sugden looks like a great deal to me. I think it's called an Iris model. It's North Star built, dark hardwood floors, pretty open concept main floor, hardwood stairs, and then the bedrooms are pretty good size as well, and the builder finished the basement here. I've seen this model even go for more than this, so nice stuff here. You're kind of like 15 plus the finished basement. Holly is $419, so we've got one of the Main Street towns. I think this is the Roth Mill, and so you've got the kitchen over on the one side. I think they've changed the configuration up a little bit, and so you have your double garage with the patio above, and they showed the kitchen again for some reason. And yeah, not bad, but 1,800 square feet. These are great if you don't need a backyard. You just have a deck above the garage. And overall, I would give it, like, it's a competitive price for what else is sold. Cargill, I'm not sure if this one is the same model or if it's the one just below it. Same thing with 3 bedrooms. It can be tough to kind of know which one it is. It kind of looks like the one underneath, so it's a little bit smaller than the one 10,000 less, but it also has nicer features, at least in my eyes. And there you go, you get the same kind of thing, a bit of green space close by. They're not that far from each other. So Panton Trail is $439, and so it's a Falcon Crest, and I think this is the Charlton model, of which we've seen quite a few, and this one's on the higher end of it. Builder finished basement, basically the long room. Like, you only really have one way of configuring this. It actually looks very similar to the one that we saw yesterday, so it could just be different pictures, but I think the price is a little bit high. Wind trail is $449, 10 square feet, end unit. Here's the thing about this, is that there have been a few big sales of this model, but overall it seems a little bit high at $450, because you can buy something like this on Gaisley, which is a true semi, not an end unit town, because regardless if people say it feels like a semi, it's still a townhouse no matter what. So you've got about 17 square feet plus a finished basement at $450. Makes a lot of sense to me, and I think it compares well value-wise to what else is on the market. And there you go. So well finished. They've done like an HDR high contrast kind of photos. It makes it a little tough to kind of walk through this one in the photo gallery, but it's good value. Duncan Lane is a townhouse. It's a good size, almost 2,100 square feet. The 9-foot ceilings make it feel like you're not in a townhouse. It actually feels really nice inside. They've upgraded their laundry space. And I would say this one seems to be in line with what else they've sold for. I mean, last year I remember one of these selling for like $450, $460. You might have some influence from either the train tracks or Derry Road in terms of like close area influences. The trade-off, I suppose, is you get a nice big 130-foot lot. I like this one. I usually don't like stuff on Duncan Lane because of those reasons, train or the busy road, but I like the lot here, and the layout of the home definitely gets a strong approval. So Clark is $489, 1,860 square feet, 4 bedrooms, not a lot of upgrading, and then you've got your finished basement. I mean, when you look at 100 square feet less than this one on a less busy street, and you're looking at $450, it just, I don't know, to me this seems high, but I've also seen new semis that, when you compare this against that, not that far off. For some reason, the semis with the basement apartments tend to sell really well, so maybe these guys will get it, but it seems like it's a little high to me. We've got Joyce at $514, renovated raised bungalow. I like this style of home for older parents because you've got kind of a sloping, we'll call it's a driveway, but essentially it's a ramp down to the basement, so you don't have any stairs if you don't want. They can have a little basement suite down there, direct access from the garage to the basement, so it can be a good place for older family to stay with kids and still feel like they have their own space where they're not going downstairs into a separate entrance. Don't love the photos and the way it's presented, but I do think that they're probably not that far off on price. Tupper's $534, and I look at the two that we showed on Trudeau yesterday. They're around the same size as this one. This one's about 1,900 square feet with a finished basement. I don't know. To me, I would take a lot of other homes in this price range. About 1,900 square feet, nice with a finished basement, is floating more in the 520s than the 530s these days. And so to me, they seem a little bit high. Miller is $555, 1,900 square feet, plus a builder finished basement. Or I hope it's not 19 all in. It says it's a 1.5 car garage, so it may not be a full double garage, but I do like this one a lot. I like a lot of things about it. We've talked about this in past episodes. A 1.5 garage value-wise is a lot more similar to a 1-car garage than a 2-car garage. So Miller can be a little bit busy. It's really one of the only ways to get into the subdivision coming north in off of Derry. So if it's a double, 2 thumbs up. If it's a single or a 1.5, I don't know. It's okay. So it looks like a double from the pictures. Compare that on something like this at $5.59. This one on Higginbotham, which is one of my favorite street names. It's 1638 square feet, and there's these little floating text alerts, which is a shame because the home actually looks really nice. We just saw one go in 4 offers. It was listed at $548, but you could buy this home last year for $500,000. So we've seen a drastic kick up in prices for these models, and they were kind of hovering at the same level for a long time. So sometimes that pent up demand, lack of inventory, you put one high, and sometimes the prices change in one sale very, very quickly. Mill Street looks like something that was for sale last year, and they came out at $609. These are difficult to price because just down the road you've got like commercial stuff on Mill. This is more towards the residential side. There's some beautiful homes nearby. Yeah, let's see what happens. $600 for a bungalow. You can walk to downtown, which is a plus. We've got Auger. Some people call it Auger. It's up to you what you want to call it. I can't remember the model name, but it's about 2,700 square feet, Mattamy built. Front dining room. You've got a butler's pantry leading to the kitchen. So you can see that's your entrance to the butler pantry. You've got a main floor den here. It's actually got a nice floor plan. I've always liked this model. 4 bedrooms upstairs, and then you've got your pie-shaped lot. More of a premium for having a deeper lot versus having a wider lot, because what people are probably most concerned about is, can I see my neighbor eating breakfast or watching TV directly behind me? 708 seems a little high. If it was at that price, it would mostly be because of the pie-shaped lot. Milton Brooks 758. Not a lot of pictures to go by. It's 2,900 square feet, and that's all I got for this one. Just on that alone, not exciting me very much. Gucci Gooch. So I have this mental block. I've told my team about this. If you type the word Gooch into Google, I'm not responsible for what happens. I realize that's like saying, don't look at the pink elephant in the room, and just it's not safe for work if you read what it is. But that's the mental image I have whenever I see the word Gooch. I'm going to stop talking about it on Daily Homes because I'm probably burning some bridges, but I've burned a few in my life. One more isn't going to hurt anybody. So pie-shaped lot, huge pool. I love this home. I love this agent too. He's a great guy. And you've got your waffle ceiling, great upgraded kitchen. The Primrose is a good model, 3,250 square feet. The moldings, the nice upgraded ensuite. And we just saw one on Baylis that kind of hammered through that $1 million range. And so that is likely going to trailblaze at least a couple more listings up past $1 million before the end of the year, and good on them. So nice enclosed pool, nice and safe, lots of space here. What more can you ask for? Really nice. Love the size of the lot here. Let's see what happens with it. So I love it though. Love that listing. One of the favorites I've seen in a very long time. And Henderson is at 1.195. You're about 2.54 acres. You are really close to, so you're kind of like 25 lower baseline, that kind of thing. That's the closest intersection. To me, it seems a little bit high. You get a premium for the convenience factor. You see that along Tremaine, Bell School Line, that kind of stuff. You see the premiums put in because people don't have to drive too far, and you're between Milton and Oakville and so on and so forth. But to me, this still seems pretty high. Can they get over $1 million? Possibly, but 1.195 to me just seems like it's a stretch, and I would be going over to Gooch pretty fast if I compared the two of them. No question which one I'd want to live in. So that's the list for today, 23 homes, and I hope you have a great weekend. We're running tours this week, and I sent an email out last night. So if you want to come and just learn more about the neighborhoods and the kinds of homes in your price range, it can be a very valuable exercise. So you just sign up at miltontourofhomes.com, or you can even just click over there and fill in the form. So have a great day. We'll see you back here on Monday.